So our trip has come to an end, and now we're sitting in our room at the Michelangelo Hotel in Johannesburg, South Africa. There are 9 provinces of South Africa. Johannesburg is in a province called Gauteng. Last summer we were in the Eastern Cape, Cape Town, Western Cape. This time we actually flew through London. We just spent a few hours in London in the airport, and then flew from London into Johannesburg, and then we took a small regional express jet from Johannesburg after one night at this same hotel um, to a little town in the Northern Cape called Kimberley, which is famous for being the home of the Big Hole, which is where 80% of the world's diamonds have come from. 14.5 million carats of diamonds were mined out of the Big Hole over a 43-year period of time. We got to stay at the Kimberley Club, which was founded by Cecil Rhodes and other power brokers of the diamond fields in 1881. And it was just a super cool place to see. Kimberley is the largest town in the Northern Cape. And we were met in Kimberley by Jaco and his nephew, who drove us on a 5.5 hour drive from Kimberley north into the Northwest province through Vryburg, and then northwest through a little town called Tosca, and then up to or near a little town, very, very small little town called Bray, which is the closest village or town of any kind near our lodge, which was right on the border with Botswana. And we literally drove down a low fence where we were on the South African side, and on the other side of that fence was Botswana. And then we had a 55-mile drive on one of the bumpiest gravel roads I've ever seen anywhere. That got to just be this comical thing where we were all in this van getting bounced around, just spit laughing as a family. It's been a really memorable and fantastic time spent with both of my parents. We just had a blast. So it was a 5.5 hour drive from Kimberley to the lodge. We spent 8 nights and 7 days at this just amazingly beautiful, super cool lodge in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of this concession that's 250,000 acres, basically the size of the Norris division of the King Ranch. That's just desert. It has all the big five on it. Allie got to see all the big five game animals the first 3 days of our hunt, which is really special in this day and age. Being able to see leopard during the daytime was really a surprise and an added blessing to the whole thing. And it was just really a super time. And she got all of her trophies, some with some level of struggle, and we were not short on there being stories to tell. And then Jaco, and now not his nephew, but his 3-year-old daughter, picked us up at the lodge to drive us back. So we got to drive back with Jaco's 3-year-old all the way back to Kimberley, where we then spent a night in Kimberley. We just flew from Kimberley yesterday back to Johannesburg. It was great to have another night in Joburg to just rest and to get ready to do the 2 big legs. We've got an 11-hour and then a 10-hour flight going back through London to get home. You know it's been a good trip when you're ready to be back and you're ready for it to be over. We're both just ready to see our kids and ready to be done. And I hope you enjoy this short video.
To explain, this is our city. That's where the gold mine was discovered. Are you ready, sir?
Yeah.
All right. Ugqirha uzomqhubela uneqhakuva emqolo azogqabhuza iqaqa laqaqaqa kumqolo umqolo waqhatha amaxhosha.
I'm well. It's July 6th, first day of hunting. I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited to see the concession and see what's out there. From the Jeep.
Yeah.
From the Land Cruiser. We can't do fly camp because it may get below freezing, and it's just going to be a little bit too cold. So, darn it.
So no tent camping.
No tent camping. That's what that means. And then we're going to meet Darren, our PH, and our 2 trackers. Just going to drive around and see what we see.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. It's another fine mess your father's gotten me into.
Indeed. Burning your hands.
It's a bit hot.
Oh my goodness, how beautiful.
We should go. Let us go and we can shoot some guns. It's
Yeah,
just
let's
up
go.
the road, yeah.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
Should we do that?
Let's go.
Seapaw?
Yes.
Robert.
Say again.
Robert.
Robert?
Yes.
John.
John.
Yes.
Robert John Seapaw.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey? Doesn't get too any better than that.
Well, there you go, Al.
No pressure, Norton.
Nicely done.
Okay.
Just make sure it's safe. Okay, just so you're ready to shoot.
Can I go look for the big one for
We're
now?
gonna go look for the big one.
Yep.
Okay.
If you get the big one,
Uh huh.
you can pump it. Nifuna manje.
Nice shoot now.
Doesn't get better.
Proper Texan.
You've been seeing lots of game?
I've been seeing it. I can't believe how much we're seeing.
Yeah. There's a nice hartebeest over there,
Yeah, I see that.
but we'll carry on looking.
time I was shaking like that, I missed a kudu, so I was going to take my time.
Good for you,
Even
man.
if I had to miss it.
Good for you.
All right. It only took 30 minutes.
We're in the middle of the Kalahari in this concession that's 250,000 acres. And to give you an idea of how vast that is, Darren, our professional hunter, has been hunting here for 8 years, and he's not driven down every road. In fact, yesterday we drove down a road that he said he'd never been down. Allie got her wildebeest this morning. We just saw the biggest gemsbok that we've seen so far on the trip, about 36 inches. We're still hunting for 4 more animals, and I just wanted to introduce you to our trackers. This is Robert and Sifo, and we're having a blast. 3:40 on the second day of our hunt.
Oh gosh, I know. You know what? I need another.
So I'm sitting on my back porch watching the sun go down. There's 2 sand grouse that just, 3 sand grouse that just ran by the back porch. And Allie and Mom and Dad are out hunting. I took the afternoon off just to get a little bit of rest, take a nap, and I wanted to take the opportunity to show you this lodge that we're staying at. It is beautiful, and it's made even more phenomenal just because of the fact that it is literally in the middle of nowhere. So here's a tour of this lodge in the middle of the Kalahari Desert. You got nothing? Really? Nothing stands out to you? You can't talk about this trip at all, huh? It's not fresh enough for Allie.